If you are in business, or if you are a parent or plan to have kids, sooner or later you will have to negotiate. Even if you hate to bargain, you can learn how to be a good negotiator. Let's talk about the basics. I call this the 3P approach. The first P for preparation. Second P for practice. And the third, P for people skills. Let's start with preparation. What exactly do I mean? Most people going into a negotiation do not prepare enough. After the fact, they realize they should have prepared a little bit more. What are some of the basics of preparation? Have a BATNA. What's a BATNA? It's the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. That means what happens if the negotiation fails and does not reach an agreement? What's your backup plan? Know that going into the negotiation. If you don't know that, you will not know when to end the negotiation. Related to that is knowing what your reserve price is. It's very important to have a reserve price. This is the price at which, if you are a buyer, you will not go higher, or if you're a seller, you will not go lower. And why is it important to have a reserve price? In the hot, exciting nature of a negotiation, it's somewhat like gambling, you might lose track and you might go way below your reserve price if you are a seller, or way higher than your reserve price if you are a buyer. So first thing, BATNA. Second thing, reserve price. Third thing, before you start your negotiation, try to put yourself in your opponent, or as we call them, counterpart's shoes. What is their likely BATNA? Or what is their likely reserve price? If you have a good idea about what that is, you can really negotiate around that. Okay, so we talked about preparation. The next P is practice. Very few of us, when we start negotiations, go into a negotiation with real practice. What we do is we may practice in our heads, talking to ourselves. But it is important to try to get a friend, a colleague, or even your teenage kid to play the role of your opponent and practice against them. Things that you need to practice. What's the first offer that you're going to make? And when do you make it? The first offer tends to be an anchor. So if you have a good idea of the price you want to achieve, put your first offer around there. What are the alternatives you can bargain about? If your opponent or counterpart is fixed on a price, you might negotiate other alternatives. For example, the Incoterms or the delivery terms, because those could significantly reduce the total landed cost of what you're trying to get. Also, practice making tiny concessions so you can gauge the direction your counterpart or opponent wants the negotiation to go. The third P, people skills. One of the most important things is learning how to read body language. Is your opponent excited? Are they backing away? Are they afraid? Are they feeling a position of power? All of this you can read quite often in body language. And often, most importantly, are they trying to bluff you? There's a lot of knowledge about how eye position reveals that. Second thing, how can you be accommodating in your people skills? That you don't stamp and thump the table, but instead use words like yes and instead of no but. So you are willing to collaborate to achieve a distributive solution or an integrative solution instead of a distributive solution. That means you're trying to grow the pie for both of you. Hopefully, in the past few minutes, I've given you some food for thought about how you go into negotiations and how you as an individual can start improving your negotiating skills. If you'd like to learn more, please join our one-day program on negotiation, the basics of negotiation, and come to MISI, learn about it, and hopefully improve your negotiating skills. Like I said, negotiation is lifetime learning. Thank you.